What's going on, ladies and gents? So I'm immigrating from Russian Federation to United States. Here I have my passport, and here I have my immigrant visa. And basically, after I come to United States, I give this package to immigration officer, and I believe website says within 120 days, but my attorney actually said within 10 days I'm gonna receive a green card. And so I will be living in the United States from now on. City that I'm going to is Miami, Florida, guys. I will be doing a lot of fishing and also electronics repair. Basically, this immigration case, took a long time. It's right after COVID, through the happenings in 4/4, right? And this video is my story of things coming together. Basically, right now it's 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, 5 years, guys. I've been going through this thing 5 years, and I gave up more than once, but it finally came together, and I'm going to tell you my story. If you are watching this video, right, I'm already in United States. Yes, I'm shooting this right now in Sochi, Russia, but the video is going to be composed and edited in United States. Right now I have some footage, and I will be adding more footage as I'm leaving the country, going to Turkey, arriving in the United States, and I finished this video in United States. So if you're watching this, I'm already in Miami, Florida, guys. So part one was, I believe, I'm not sure, my memory is a little bit off, but I think it began prior to COVID or during the COVID, right, beginning of COVID. And I waited, and because of COVID, nothing happened, guys. Then COVID came and went. There was February 23rd, 2022, which is a holiday in Russia. Basically, sit down, you table up, people drink and stuff. But 24, that thing happened, right? And I was in shock, like many people, for at least a month, guys. And in March of 2022, I got an email from US Embassy in Poland, guys, because our embassy in Moscow, US Embassy in Moscow, it's closed. Basically, they renamed the street that's near to embassy as North American Dead End, and because of political reasons they just moved embassy to Poland. So basically, within a month, I was given an appointment. Months later, I had to get my Schengen visa, which was impossible at that point in time, and I had to do my medical examination, which was also impossible because that thing was booked several months in advance. The earliest I could do was in May. And by the way, if you are immigrating to United States, this video is going to be useful for you, because there is a lot of underwater stones, right, that's I'm going to cover, that I encountered, so you know what to expect and what to do. I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, I might not, it wasn't necessary for me to do medical examination in Russia. I could have went to Poland and did it the same day. Just a piece of information right away, right? Plus, at the time, there was severe Russophobia happening in Europe. There was reports of Russians being killed basically in Poland. So decision was made that it's not worth because lose your life basically, risk it, and I just waited, and I waited, and we did believe that case was cancelled. We tried to before it was believed that case was cancelled because of time, right? Basically we tried to, with my attorney, to get the rescheduled in a different country like Turkey, Israel, Egypt, something like that, but without success. So anyway, basically we finally did get an appointment for 2024 September, and I went to Poland to do my first appointment. Basically in 2022 I went to Krasnodar. I did my Schengen visa to Italy, and I never got to use that visa. And then I went to Moscow and did my medical examination, and we were trying to change my appointment to some other country, unsuccessful, but in the end basically appointments in Poland got cancelled because time ran out. They give you a certain amount of time, and I thought that this is the end of it basically. I gave up, guys. Then 23 24 January, something like that, my attorney said, Alex, you can schedule another appointment. And so we did schedule another appointment, and in May 2024 I went to Krasnodar again to get another visa to Italy, Schengen visa. So this is the footage from Krasnodar. And no, this is not Krasnodar, this is Sochi, this is my hometown. By the way, if it appears to you that I'm whispering, it's that so that no one, not my neighbors, no one can hear me basically. And this is actually Krasnodar. Krasnodar is a very beautiful city. I would say much more beautiful than Vienna, Austria, or Warsaw, Poland. I just have something to compare it to. Basically, you see the trolley cars on the street right now. Basically, people think around the world, right, that Europe is right here, right on the top, right, and Russia is somewhere down there, that Russia is lagging behind Europe. I've been to Europe basically, and twice. We're gonna get to that. Twice in the same year, and my observation is that Russia is way on top and Europe is way on bottom, guys. Russia is like, the Europe is like Russia 15, maybe 10 years ago. Basically, city of Krasnodar, city of Sochi, very clean, no homeless, and good prices, people can afford stuff. So Russia is on top, and if you go to Moscow, Moscow is like Dubai, it's way on top, guys. When I go to Moscow, basically it's like arriving at a different country for me, even though I live in Russia. So after I went to Krasnodar, it was just one day. I spent one night there. I got my appointment in Italian consulate, and they gave me the visa, not right away, but in about a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I came back from Krasnodar, I got my visa, and then in the summer, July 25, something like that, 20s, I went to Moscow. And so the journey begins. I am taking off from Sochi International Airport, and I'm heading towards Moscow. we are seeing city of Adler. Adler is a district of Sochi, and this river is called Zimta. And that body of water over there is Black Sea.
Где-то есть люди, у которых есть сын и есть дочь. Где-то есть люди, для которых теорема верна. Но кто-то станет стеной, а кто-то плечом, под которым дрогнет стена. Земля, небо. Между землей и небом.
So in Moscow, all I had to do is undergo medical evaluation, whatever you call it, and I got this envelope which I would take with me into US Embassy in Warsaw. And this is me flying back to Sochi. It's basically I think beginning of August or late July. I'm done, I'm flying back, and the only thing about this flight was that the takeoff was kind of hairy, you know. We took from Sochi on all power, gain altitude really quickly, right? But from Moscow it was more subtle, and I really thought something is wrong. Maybe we're gonna fall, and that's all basically. But other than that, flight was good. We took off, and 4 hours later we landed in Sochi. It was pretty much good, uneventful flight, except that landing in Sochi, there was storm at night, and basically we had to fly around for about 40 minutes. No aborted flights or anything, just flew around. And this is actual landing, really good, uneventful. So here comes time X, September 20 something 2024. I had to fly to Yerevan, then from Yerevan to Vienna, Austria, and then hop a train to Warsaw, Poland. I cannot fly direct to Poland, right, because sanctions and shit, and I cannot fly from Yerevan to Poland or from Turkey to Poland, because they banned Russians traveling. They have Russophobia, guys. So September 20th, 21st, 22nd, something like that, 2024, we are taking off from Sochi and we are flying to Yerevan, Armenia. Yerevan is the capital city of Armenia. This is Yerevan itself. Let's just see the city and see the beautiful landing in Yerevan. Flight from Sochi to Yerevan took about 1 hour or something like that, and you are looking at inside of Yerevan's airport. It's called Zvartnots, the main airport in Yerevan, Armenia, and I waited there from evening, like 8 p.m. local time in Yerevan until 6 a.m. local time in Yerevan. Now, for some strange reason, I did not film a takeoff from Armenia into Vienna, Austria. I guess at the time I did not think I'm gonna make this make this video. Maybe I was tired, I do not remember. But here's the landing in Vienna, Austria. Basically, we took off from Armenia, Yerevan at 6 a.m. local time, and we arrived in Vienna, Austria 7 a.m. local time in Vienna because of time difference, but the flight itself took 4 hours. In Vienna, Austria, I experienced a certain level of cultural shock. Let me just show you some pictures and we see it together, guys. Now that big flag, obviously understandable, they have that thing happening in their country, unfortunately, but basically we sat down to drink coffee, right? It's a place on the train station. We sat down and here's the glass window. Outside the glass window there was homeless people and one of them was thrown out, and there was some police attending to them, or maybe a rescue or something. Plus the streets, guys, dirty basically, and everything in Vienna was expensive. For example, trip from airport to train station cost almost $90 on taxi. Buy a sandwich or something, it's $10-15. Another thing that absolutely sucks about Vienna, Austria, is the trains, guys. We were supposed to come to the train station, board the train, company named is OBB, and travel to Warsaw, Poland. However, that's not what happened. Let me come back to that. On pictures is the town of Ostrava, Czechia, and about 20 minutes before Ostrava, maybe 10 minutes before Ostrava by train, there was some other city, so that OBB train to Warsaw, Poland left us in that city. It says it does not go further because of flooding. Now in my country, in Russian Federation, that kind of thing does not happen. Train brings you to the end of the journey always, and I wasn't really prepared for this kind of happening. Not only Krasnodar is much top-notcher than Vienna, Austria, Krasnodar, Vienna, Austria, but also RZD, Russian train company, is way better than OBB, basically. So anyway, we get off in this city, I forgot its name, but it's like 10-15 minutes before Ostrava, Czechia, and we board a fast train to Ostrava. We get off in Ostrava, catch a taxi, go to bus station, and basically we met on the train, we met an Indian guy from India, and he was a student in Poland, and he was also going to Warsaw, and he told us that there is a bus we could take. Without him, I do not know what we would do. Basically, we went to bus station and got tickets for bus, flexi bus to Warsaw, Poland. It was about, I would say, 4 p.m.ish, something like that, maybe 3:30 or something like that. And we waited for our bus until 10 p.m. in Ostrava. There is like mall or something similar, like shopping center. I forgot its name, but it's right next to bus station. We went there and tried some Czech food. I tried Czech beer. Czech beer is excellent, guys. And then we got flexibus at 10 p.m. and arrived in Poland at I think it was 4 a.m. Took a taxi to the center. It also cost an arm and a leg. I think also like $80. You see, we did not know that you could use Uber or Bolt at the time, so we took a regular taxi and they basically rip you off, which again does not happen in Russia. Basically, we arrived at center near the embassy, and I went online to see an hotel. We came to one hotel and no rooms available. They sent us to another hotel and there was some rooms, but basically the room was really expensive and you have to pay for like 2 nights because of check-in time or something. Anyway, we got that room and finally went to bed at like 5 in the morning. So, what can I say about Poland? Basically, Warsaw is a notch better than Vienna, Austria. Streets are much cleaner. They still not Krasnodar, they still not Sochi, definitely not Moscow, but they are cleaner, noticeably. There is still graffiti and there are still homeless people. Poland has really good sausages and deli meats, kalbasas also. Kalbasa is like, salami, right? Salami deli, that's what it is. I would say that Polish sausages and deli meats are a notch better than Russian equivalent. Basically, their cultural center, the Palace of Culture and Science in Warsaw, that's the main building. It had a bar. There is a bar in it, basically, and there is a bunch of graffiti. I was under the impression that Poland is going through some kind of economic or political or cultural upheaval, basically. I did not find that normal. Yeah, another thing, the supermarkets. Here in Sochi, right, I have 50 meters over there, one big supermarket, another 50 meters over there, second, a little bit smaller supermarket. Then over there, another supermarket, that's 3. Up there, one more supermarket. That way, that's 5, and that way, 6 supermarkets within a walking distance. Any of the supermarkets, 5 minutes, maybe less, right? In Poland, same size supermarket. I only found one supermarket on the train station, near the train station. They have a mall there, and that's it. There is no more supermarkets in center. There are small convenience store, what I call them, and they're not 24 hours, but they are like really small, like this room, right, I'm in, right, that way 3 or 4 in size. Basically convenience store, but they're not 24 hours, and the selection is small, and basically the prices are high, guys. You walk out of the convenience store, it's not a supermarket. Even the supermarket, you spend 20 bucks, guys, 25, and bag is small, you get nothing, just drink chips and some sausages and bread. Here in Russia, supermarkets are big, they're much more abundant, and for the same amount of money you're walking out with a big bag of food that will last you almost a week. So that's the biggest thing about Poland. You know, thinking about it in retrospect, if you get a Polish person in Sochi or Krasnodar, they're probably gonna stay here, maybe even illegally, just cling on. And if you get them to Moscow, that's it, man. They're never gonna leave. So back to business, back to US embassy, the reason that I came to Poland. So the next day after I came, I went on reconnaissance to see where the US embassy was. I also drove on taxi on Bolt. I installed the Bolt application. Bolt is a Polish Uber. I went to the place, mailboxes, etc., where they give you your passport bag. And the day after that, at 9 a.m., I went to US embassy for my interview appointment. And I came out of US embassy 4 hours later, maybe 4.5 hours later, with bad news. I was denied, guys. Basically, police records are a requirement when you submit in your immigration case, and with each incident in your police records, you are required to submit from the courthouse documentation of what happened. I had something on my police record, and my documentation was this sick from the courthouse. Basically, back in 2020, there was an incident. It was kind of bogus, basically, but I wasn't convicted. We settled it with defense, and the judge threw the case out, and it was written all the way in the back that I do not have a conviction. But still, because that thing is sick, right? Immigration officers, they have to check, like they said, my conviction, but I'm not convicted, but I'm not going to argue, right? They said they're gonna check my conviction for moral turpitude. That's a term, basically determine if crime basically is moral or immoral, basically if it qualifies the criteria as non-essential. But again, I wasn't convicted and stuff. So immigration officer told me that he is going to try to go through this really quick, because I had a Schengen visa expiring in a month, and he said he gonna get back to me quickly, but that did not happen. I stayed in Poland next week and the week after that, and around I think 6 or 8 of October I left back to Russia, and I gave up basically, because I thought that's it, I'm not gonna hear back from them, and this is the end of it. So out of Warsaw, Poland, No more train, no thank you, no more OBB. We took bus tickets on FlexiBus to Vienna, Austria. We drove through Czechia, Ostrava, Brno, and we drove some through Slovakia, a city named Bratislava, very beautiful city. And we arrived in Vienna, Austria, closer to midnight, I think 11 p.m. and we left Poland noon, I believe. Connecting flight back to Yerevan was in the evening, so from around noon until the evening we just explore the city a little bit. Here on video this place is called Albertina, it's a gallery. I did not film takeoff out of Vienna because I was sitting in the middle. Here we are in Yerevan airport and you're looking at Mount Ararat, which is the main mountain of Armenia. That was a beautiful takeoff out of Yerevan. The flight was delayed for 4 hours because in Sochi there was some drone warning. Sometimes it does happen there too. But basically we took out at noon and in an hour we landed in Sochi.
Меня держала за ноги земля, голая тяжелая земля, медленно любила пережевывая. И пыль улетала в облака.
We are flying over the city of Batumi, country of Georgia, Batumi, Georgia. And here is a beautiful landing in Sochi.
Я сам себе и небо, и луна, голая, довольная луна. Я летаю где-то только это не я.
by the way, between the flight time and the early arrival, and the wait time between the flights and bus time and waiting for the bus to get from Sochi to Warsaw, Poland, it takes almost 48 hours. Same amount of time to get back. So, October 6, 2024, I arrived back to Sochi, and I gave up basically. But then October 30th, I get a call from a Polish number. I looked it up afterwards, it was US Embassy. So an officer calls me and says, bring the passport, we need your passport. I asked him if I could send the passports. I asked him maybe some other options, but basically no, just bring the passport. I have to be there, I have to bring the passport. So it begins again. I have to go to Poland one more time. They wouldn't call you and tell you to bring your passport back if you were refused the visa, right? So it was pretty much understood that they did their checks and they approved. Now my Italian Schengen visa expired 5 days prior, October 25th, and they called and told me to bring the passport October 30th, 5 days after my Schengen visa expired. So I had to get a brand new Schengen visa. Since I applied for Italy in 2022, I did not use that visa, and since in 2024 I just used Italian visa to visit Vienna, Austria instead of Italy. I could not ask Italian embassy again to give me Schengen visa, because chances are they would deny, because they see that this guy used Italian visa to go to another country, right? So we applied to French embassy in Krasnodar, and November until like November, at the end of November, there was no response, there was no slots on French visa in Krasnodar. Basically, French work differently. They're very lenient towards Russians, but they have a limited amount of slots, and visa agency, the firm that does the visa, they install a bot to get the slot once it becomes available automatically, but there was no slots in Krasnodar. So November I waited for nothing basically, and at the end of the month I got a call from visa agency, and they suggested that we apply in Moscow, which I do not know why it wasn't done in the first place. But yeah, we applied in Moscow. They put a bot in Moscow, and like December 20th or 22nd, it was right around Christmas, I got the visa. I got the approved by French for my Schengen visa. Now visa was from January 25th until March, sometime in March, like March 15 or something, basically 4 months plus. So officer called me October 30th, and I did not get my visa until basically the end of December, and I could travel only on January 25th, like October, November, December, January, almost 3 months, guys. Now there was a little problem this time around. You see, I would give my passport to the embassy, and I was guessing that they would keep it for some time, so I would be without a passport in a foreign country. What about hotel, right? Would they extend my stay? So that was a concern. What if I get stopped by police? And this time around it was a real concern and a real problem, because this time around I was traveling alone. But at least this time around I knew what to expect from Europe, basically. And this is not OBB, this is RSHD. I'm going to the airport. Again, taking off out of Sochi International Airport.
Если огонь, пепел, тень — это часть света, счастье мое, где ты? Только в руках ветер было, теперь нету. Счастье мое, где ты?
This is how Yerevan, Armenia looks from the air.
Бьется в окно ветер, ночь как конец света. Счастье мое, где ты?
And a beautiful landing in Yerevan, Armenia.
И за тобой следом, где никогда не был, между землей и небом. Бьется в окно ветер, ночь как конец света. Счастье мое, где ты?
Boarding the flight to Vienna, Austria. Vienna, Austria, main bus station, near train station. Somewhere in Czechia, very beautiful.
We have to know, of course. And like for infrastructure, not all infrastructure is good. Maybe it can, as you said.
I had a little snafu in Vienna, Austria, as I was going through passport checkpoint. they asked me, lady basically asked me a question, am I going to France, because I had a French Schengen visa. I told her no, I'm going to Warsaw, Poland, because I was approved for United States visa, and she was ready to deny me entry. Again, I should have been that honest, I should have lied to her, but basically before I went through passport checkpoint at the border, right after my flight from Yerevan, I saw on her face I should not go to this lady. I should have chosen no different border guard, but since I was so tired, I just went to her automatically without thinking, and after I began talking to her, I just realized this was a mistake, because sometimes you can see on people's faces, like, you know, it's that person is no good. I guess she saw my Russian passport and decided to, if there is a reason to deny me entry, she would deny me entry. Previously it wasn't like that. But anyway, I got lucky and she let me through. Back to Yerevan. In Yerevan I arrived at 8 p.m. and my flight was 6 a.m. so entire night I stay awake waiting for my flight. At 6 a.m. we took off and I arrived in Vienna at 6:30 a.m. because of time difference. The flight took faster than expected. Usually it takes 4 hours, but this time around it took 3 hours 30 minutes. And my bus was at 8:50 a.m. so I got a Bolt, already had installed on my phone. I got a Bolt and I went to the bus station. I got a bus and I went to Poland. Now on the bus, eventually some people came in and sat down behind me, not immediately behind me, some rows behind me, and I could hear they were Ukrainians because they spoke Mova. Basically I don't want to hear none of that, so I put this on my earbuds and I was listening to music. But at some point music ended and I got tired of listening to music. Basically I heard a conversation. Someone called the guy that was behind me, some rows behind me, and this guy was talking loudly, nothing more in Russian, and he said basically that they're going to Ukraine, they're going to all the way to Kursk. Kursk is not Ukraine, Kursk is Russia. You cannot go from Europe to Kursk on a bus. How they gonna do it? He was saying that they gonna maybe catch a train. He doesn't know yet, but they will soon arrive. And after my trip got concluded, right, in about a week plus like 10 days or so, I saw on Telegram images and videos from Kursk Oblast, Russia. I guess these guys have arrived. They showed them completely destroyed. So that was my experience on the bus. Another experience on the bus, I eventually went to sleep a little bit. But when I woke up, you know, when you put your bag on top, when I woke up, I went to smoke on the stove. I came back, I saw my backpack. I had a shoulder backpack, like someone went through it. It wasn't laying down as I put it, and some zippers were open. Luckily, nothing got stolen. I guess I woke up in time. So the bus, the flexi bus, had some thief mercenaries. Anyway, I arrived in Warsaw, Poland, and it was around 7 p.m. I got off the bus. I began smoking immediately because the last stop was like 4 hours prior, and I overheard that group of people as they came out of the bus. They were again talking on the phone. They said to someone that they are in Warsaw for 2 hours and then they are leaving, and that was the end of them. I also saw on the bus station, it's called West Bus Station in Warsaw, Poland. It's like a whole bunch of Ukrainians, guys. Everyone pretty much was Ukrainian. Anyway, I ordered my Bolt. Bolt is Polish Uber. They also have Uber, but I had Bolt installed. So I ordered my taxi and I went to hotel. I checked in at the hotel, left my backpack and went to a store. They have these convenience stores. It's basically like in the US, right? Gas station convenience store divided by half. That's how small it is. So I went there to buy some beer and some drinks and sausages, something to eat basically. At the store I saw Ukrainian homeless couple, older couple. They both had backpacks. The smell of homeless person, right? And they were basically before me counting change, trying to buy a loaf of bread. So that was sad. Anyway, I went back to a hotel and I relaxed because I had a long 48 hours. A little bit, let's go back to Vienna, Austria. Same day in the morning basically. I arrived on Bolt to the central bus station, and central bus station is right next to central train station in Vienna. So I went to the train station because on train station they have restrooms. I visited the restroom and I went to eat basically. I saw this picture at the Vienna Central train station. There were a bunch of European guys in camo, not like this one, lighter, and some also European guys in biker outfits were saying goodbye to them. Well, I understood that these mercenaries, I knew they were going Poland and further. So the next morning I woke up 6:30. Previous night I just drank 2 beers, so there won't be any problems. Anyway, I wake up at 6:30 to make some coffee, go to smoke, and this time around, guys, I brought coffee with me because in Poland you cannot buy this. At least I did not find any of this, right? They also have a problem. They don't have a one-time use glasses, right? They don't sell them, and if you want one-time use plastic fork or spoon, they don't have that. They basically green country, green, right? So they don't make this plastic stuff that's we so used to. They are advanced, guys. I don't know. Anyway, I make me coffee, I go outside to smoke, right? And there was a couple of Ukrainian guys talking in front of hotel, speaking Mova. Mova is like Ukrainian language. I don't understand Mova, but I know what it is. And basically I had hat similar to this one. The black one is a tactical hat, right? And I go past them. I go to the corner to smoke, and I hear them talking now on Russian. Is this guy from our group? So they thought, because of my tactical hat, that I could be from their group. They were, again, mercenaries going to Ukraine to fight. So from this point on, I did not wear my tactical hat. I had a different hat with a US flag over here, so I wore that. I got me a bolt and I went to United States Embassy. I was there at like 10 past 9 a.m. and the lady that goes among the immigrants, among the visitors to US Embassy, checking documents outside, she saw my paper, denial. Basically, I told you that I brought my passport. She told me to come back at 10 a.m. so I took a walk around the city for almost 1 hour. I came back at 10 a.m. Now guess what I saw during this hour. I went to a store, again a small convenience store, but they call it a supermarket, to buy me some cigarettes and a lighter, because I left my cigarettes and lighter at my hotel room, because you cannot bring your cigarettes and lighter with you into the embassy. I said, okay, I'll buy me some cigarettes and lighter and just throw them out. So I went to a store, and in front of me again there were two Ukrainian guys, but this time around they were 20 something, right? Between 20 and 30, but they weren't homeless, but the clothes wasn't freshest, and hair, you know, when people don't wash their hair, the hair gets oily. They had oily hair, but there wasn't any smell, so I did not think that they were homeless. But it was 9:30 a.m. or something like that, and they were buying beer. That threw me, you know, off. What's going on? These guys buying beer Monday at 9:30 a.m. What's happening here? Anyway, I walked around the city. I saw a Lamborghini. I make some pictures, and I went back to the embassy at 10 a.m. I walk into the embassy, I sit down, and I get my turn to window number 13, because on my passport it says window number 13. It says so back from September. The sticker was old, but it's okay. I come to the glass and give my passport to immigration officer. It was the same officer as before in September. He goes, finds my case, and we talk. I ask him, am I approved? And he says, yes, you are approved. So anyway, I leave my passport. I'm happy. I walk out of embassy, and I take a bolt back to hotel. I'm guessing that when you order a taxi via Bolt, the driver can see your first and last name. I have a Russian first and Russian last name. So I walk outside of embassy and I order a Bolt, and the taxi takes forever to get to me, but I can see him on the map. He's right over there, just a block down that way, but it takes like several minutes to get to me. He was just sitting there. Anyway, he picks me up. I sit down. I say, how you doing in English? And the guy just mute, right? And then I see on his car screen, it's written in Ukrainian. So I understand that this guy is Ukrainian and he knows that I'm Russian. But basically the trip back to hotel was without incident. He just stayed quiet, and at the end, as I exited, I said thank you, and I gave him a tip of 5 Polish zloty. 4 Polish zloty is $1, so 5 is like 1.25. I don't know what I did it. I just I gave him a tip. So anyway, I'm at my hotel. I already went to supermarket, that tiny little supermarket they have. I got me something to eat, I got me something to drink. I'm at my hotel room. I'm happy. I'm under the impression that in a few days I'm gonna get my United States visa, immigrant visa. I already called my mother in United States. I got my passport, I gave it to US Embassy. I'm waiting. But afternoon around 2 p.m. I get an email from US Embassy. Basically they said that my medical envelope, right, that I did in Moscow has expired. You gotta give us a new medical. At this point, I'm in shock. Do I have to go to Moscow, back to Moscow to get my medical? Can I do it in Poland? I go to the website because they provided some links, and the website says it is for Russian and Belarusian citizens. It is recommended to undergo medical evaluation in Moscow and in Belarus, respectively. So I'm in panic mode basically. I contact my attorney in United States and ask him what to do. Do I have to go back to Moscow? And he tells me, why don't you ask the US Embassy, people at US Embassy, can it be done in Poland, or you have to go back to Moscow? So anyway, I get links and addresses of places where I can do it in Poland. There is one place that I can do in Warsaw, Poland, and there is another one in Krakow. So the way you contact them, you cannot call them, you just email them, right? So I emailed them, I explained my situation, but I did not tell them that I'm from Russia. I just gave him my case number. And doctor replied, said, okay, Alex will meet you today, right? But before that, you have to go to that location and give your blood and do some x-rays. And I'm already happy because I was under the impression that to do my medical, I have to get an appointment, right, in months in advance. But here doctor said we can do it the same day. So that's a first underwater stone, guys. So this is the first major underwater stone that I'm going to share with you. If you're from Russian Federation or from Belarus and or even Ukraine, and your medical requires you to schedule months in advance, right, and to travel to a different city, in my case from Sochi to Moscow, you don't have to do that. Just go to Poland and undergo your medical in Poland. Here is the information. Basically, this is the address in Warsaw, Poland. That's where I went. Doctor's name is Andrei Gajer, and you contact him by this email, and he'll give you instructions. He'll basically send you to this address, and this is the caveat, guys. This place is a caveat. Basically, it's Central X-ray Laboratory at 9 Varinskiego Street, 9 Varinskieva Street, and that place is it's semi-good, okay? It's semi-good. X-ray people on first floor. Actually, the receptionist was really nice. I came the day before, and I showed my passport. She said that it was Russian passport, no problem. I spoke English. She was very friendly. I liked her very much, and she told me to come back the next day because I came close to 4 p.m. and they were closing at 4 p.m. The blood was closing at 4 p.m. So I came the next day. Also very nice lady. I met her, and she sent me to different reception. I paid my fee, and they sent me to first floor cabinet 9 for x-rays. No, cabinet 5 or 9, I forgot. Anyway, that's very professional. The x-ray people, they were excellent. Then I went to second floor, cabinet 15, 1-5, guys. That is hell, basically. Older Polish lady in her 60s. Now, when I get my blood drawn, right, I look different way. With this lady, don't do that. Look at her, look what she's doing. Because in Moscow, I got my blood taken twice on 2 different occasions. They take it from here. You can't even see the hole right after. It's 15 minutes. There's some bandage, and after that you remove it and you're fine, right? This lady, she took my blood from here. I then shot the scan, where she took the blood, to Dr. Andrei Gajer, and he was really surprised because you don't take your blood, you don't draw blood from here. She took my blood from here. It was really quick, it was painless, and I did not think that people could do that, but basically she saw my Russian passport, right? And she did a bad job on purpose, because I just cannot fathom that a woman in her 60s with lots of experience can do a shitty job like that. I come out of her office, cabinet 15, second floor. Address is, I'm gonna say it one more time, 9 Varinskiego Street, Central X-ray Laboratory. Beware. I come out, I sit down because I had to put my cuff down, right? But I have a bandage here. I sit down. She told me remove it after 10 minutes, so I think I just sit for 10 minutes. And in about 3 minutes, guys, basically, I see my blood vessel to inflate, right? It gets really fat, and then I feel heat gone on my hand, then to my body, and then I pass out, guys. First time in my life I pass out during giving blood. When I come through, I'm sitting like this and I'm shaking, guys, and I'm sweating. Jesus Christ, it was bad, it was horrible. I thought I'm gonna die. Then when I came through, I realized what happened. I realized that I went to her, she saw my Russian passport, the copy of my Russian passport, and she did this on purpose. Anyway, I sat another 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and I barely walked out of the place because I was barely alive. Thankfully, while I was out, my documents did not get stolen, and my wallet did not get stolen, and my phone did not get stolen. If my phone would have got stolen, that's it, man. I cannot order Bolt anymore. What I'm gonna do, right? If my wallet got stolen, I would not have cash, I would not have credit cards, and no way of getting money. I would be homeless. So that's some consideration. If you're going to do your medical in Poland, that place where you give your blood, that could be really bad for you. Besides, I do not know, maybe she infected me with something, I do not know that. So my advice would be not to go there alone and to watch what she's doing. And recommendation of US Embassy, it says right on their website, for Russian and Belarus citizens, it is recommended to undergo medical in their respective countries. There is a reason for that, guys. So anyway, I make my way outside of this place, and I sit down for a little bit on a bench. I do not know if I'm gonna pass out again, and I'm thinking to myself, if I do, and my wallet gets stolen, my phone gets stolen, documents get stolen, that's it, this trip is going to be disaster. So I order a taxi, a Bolt, and I'm going to my next appointment to Dr. Andrei Gajer at 37-90 Kassiarzi Street. And guess what? The Bolt driver turned out to be Ukrainian. I sit on the back of his car, and I'm thinking to myself, what if I pass out in the back of his car? I'm gonna get robbed, right? It's so dangerous. For the first time during this trip, I realized how dangerous this trip was. Because before that, it was fine, but during this time, it was tough. Anyway, I arrive at Dr. Andrei Gajer's office. The guy was really nice, and it turns out that he actually he traveled to Sochi, Russia during the 80s on a cruise ship. It was one of his stops. And basically he told me that when he saw this, right, I had a big scar over there. He said that you don't take blood there, and I know you take blood over here. Anyway, I undergo my medical, and I walk out with an brown envelope of my medical examination. Second underwater storm, I did my medical examination without passport, guys. My passport was at the embassy sent it to mailboxes, etc. for me to pick it up, but I haven't picked it up yet. It was a Tuesday, the date right after my visit to US Embassy on Monday. So I did not have my passport yet, but it's not a problem. I had a copy of my passport, and I was able to give blood and make a X-ray of my chest, and undergo medical without my passport, just using a copy. So underwater storm number 2, you have copies of your documents, of your passport mainly. I'm still in shock during that time after my blood drawn. I feel bad, basically. And so out of this medical examination office, I walk on foot to mailboxes, several location, to check if my passport has arrived. Basically, it's within the walking distance, like 5 minutes walking. So I come there, and indeed my passport has arrived, and I pick up my passport, and I get a boat. I go to hotel room. I lay down, and entire day I just laying down flat, not going anywhere because I don't feel that well. And the next day I go to the US Embassy with my medical examination. As a matter of fact, guys, looking back at it, make a copy of your passport, of your foreign passport in your home country, get it translated to English, visas and everything, and make it notarized so that you have a notarized translated copy of your passport, because I needed it for medical examination, the copy of my passport, and to pick up your passport from mailboxes, etc. you also need a copy of your passport, and God knows in what other circumstance you might need it. So that's a good idea. So the next day I arrive at the US Embassy right before 10 a.m. because you can give your missing documents between 10 and 11 a.m. I walk in and I give my medical examination envelope to the same immigration officer, and I tell him it's my fault. I totally forgot that my medical is expiring. I did not know. Well, I should have known better. That's what I said. And I walk out of there, go back to hotel, and around 2 p.m., maybe 3 p.m. that same day, I get an email from US Embassy. Alex, we are ready to print your visa, but we are misplaced your birth certificate, or gave it back to you, might have given back to you. Please send us copies. Please scan your birth certificate and send us copies. Damn. Underwater stone number 3. The things you learn from this video, guys. Basically have all your documents with you, originals and copies and everything, and also have scans on a flash card. I did not have scans on flash card, but I had the originals, I had the notarized copies, notarized and translated copies. I had everything with me. I could have left my birth certificate at home, original and notarized copy, and because I did not need it, right? Because it was already submitted to US Embassy back in September, and if I did that, I would have to travel back to Sochi, because it would have been locked in this apartment, right? No one else but me has access to my apartment, and that would have been a big snafu, guys. But since I had everything with me, it wasn't a problem. So I panic a little bit, I scramble, and I take my documents, my birth certificate, and I go to this place to make a copy, to scan it and to put it on flash card. Good thing I had a USB flash card with me. If not, I would have need to buy it. Here is an idea for you. This is a good place. Copy General SP ZOO right here. The street address is AL Jerozolimsky 93. Basically excellent place, very professional. They have a whole bunch of copiers. I wish we could have had a store like that in Russia, in Sochi, Russia, but we do not have such an advanced print shop. We have other print shops, but not like this one. So anyway, I walk in there, I make copies, I go back to hotel, and I email my copy of my birth certificate to the embassy. And at this point, I do not know how it should be done, guys, because instructions, to me, they're confusing, right? One instruction set says that there is a certain protocol to submit your documents. You have to write and attach it. Basically, it's not just a reply to an email. That's one instruction. But anyway, I just attached my documents to that email. I sent them back. I got a response, automated response, that this is you shouldn't be sending anything to this email. But I did anyway. Just hoping that it's gonna work. And but yeah, they got my copies, my scans of my birth certificates. And Friday was January 31st. I got my visa. I went to mailboxes at Segura. I went there on Thursday. My passport wasn't there. Then I went there on Friday and I got my passport with a visa. It was raining, coming down really hard, and I was clutching my documents. They was in a plastic bag. I was clutching them, hugging them. I did not have umbrella with me. I ordered a taxi. Taxi arrived. I sat in, and I spoke English to a guy. I saw that he wasn't Ukrainian. He did not look anything Slavic. So I decided to share with him. I told him, look, I just got a US green card, basically. And he spoke back to me in Russian. It turns out he was from Uzbekistan, and I did travel to Uzbekistan. I was there once back in 2012. And he actually said that he was trying to get US visa to United States many times, but unsuccessful. And we talked on the way back to my hotel about getting visa and my experience and his experience. So it was a nice ride. I spent Saturday, February 1st in Warsaw, Poland, just chilling, excited that finally this thing came together. And Sunday I went back to Vienna, Austria on Flexibus, and then took a flight to Antalya, Turkey, and from Antalya, Turkey I went back to Sochi. Same central Vienna bus station, but 1 week later. Approaching Antalya, Turkey.
Еще не написаны, сколько, скажи, кукушка, пробой в городе, где жители на выселках камнем лежать или гореть звездой.
And a beautiful landing in Antalya, Turkey.
Солнце мое, взгляни на меня. Моя ладонь превратилась в кулак. И если есть порох, дай огня. последовать одинокому. Сильные да смелые головы сложили в поле. В бою мало кто остался в светлой памяти.
Finally taking off from Antalya, Turkey.
Рукой в строю, в строю. Солнце мое, взгляни на меня. Моя ладонь превратилась в кулак. И если есть порох, да и огня, вот так. Где же ты теперь, воля вольная? С кем же ты сейчас ласковый рассвет встречаешь? Ответь. Хорошо с тобой, да плохо без тебя. Голову до плечи терпеливые.
Over beautiful Turkish mountains.
Ответь. Солнце мое, взгляни на меня.
And a beautiful landing in beautiful Sochi, Russia.
И если есть порох, да и огня, вот так. Солнце мое, взгляни на меня. Моя ладонь превратилась в кулак. И если есть порох, да и огня,
Monday, February 3rd, I was back in Sochi, Russia, and today is February 18. It's about time for me to pack my bags. I have two large sac voyages over there. As you can see, I pretty much already packed everything, and buy tickets and go to United States. Underwater stone, I believe number 4. Basically, they give you the visa for half a year or for the amount of time that your medical examination is valid through, and it's valid for 6 months since the day you undergo medical examination. So the fact that I went medical in Poland gives me 6 months until the summer to travel to United States. If I would have had like 2 weeks left on my medical, I would not have this time to pack everything and to just at my leisure do the things that I wanna do here and then go. So that's underwater stone number 4. Keep that in mind. Anyway, the DX gonna come, I believe, this month in February, and I'm going to see you in United States. So it's finally day Z. It's March 4th, 2025, and it's about 1 a.m. About an hour left before I order taxi and go to airport. My flight is 8 a.m. I'm gonna arrive early. Today actually I felt sad when I was cleaning the apartment, just feeling sad about leaving this place. But I guess it's okay. Gonna see how I feel tomorrow when I arrive in Miami. Peace. Any feelings of sadness were gone by the time I arrived at the airport. Funniest thing happened at the airport. I have luggage that has removable wheels, and I removed the wheels and I left them on the cart, and I forgot them. I went through the customs at Segura, and only then I realized that I actually lost my wheels. So I had to go back, and I did find them. Custodian lady actually kept them. She did not throw them out, so they were waiting for me.
Желаем вам приятного полета. Благодарим за внимание.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are preparing for takeoff and ask you to store your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you, to fasten your seat belts, to return your seat back to the upright position, to stow your tray table, to open your window shades. All electronic devices and mobile phones must be shifted to the flight mode or switched off.
Мобильные телефоны переведены в авиарежим или выключены. Благодарим за внимание.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for takeoff. Please make sure that your seat belt is fastened. Your seat back is in the upright position. Tray table is stowed. All electronic devices and mobile phones are shifted to the flight mode or switched off. Thank you for your attention.
I've flown many times in a rather short amount of time, so I know when flight feels normal and when flight does not feel normal, and this particular flight did not feel normal. Engine, I sat right next to the engine and the whole plane was shaking. I thought we are going to fall. Plus I smelled something in the air, something burned, so I was really scared. At this point in time, I can say with 100% confidence that Sukhoi Superjet 100 is a horrible plane, guys. I had similar experiences flying Sukhoi Superjet 100 on previous flights. I do not recommend this plane to anyone. This plane taxied for about 5 minutes before it came to a stop. Then I walked about 10 minutes to the passport control, and then another 10 minutes to my destination for the flight to Miami. I was really tired at that point.
Başüstü dolaplarına yerleştirirken dikkatli olunuz. Daha küçük eşyalarınızı önünüzdeki koltuğun altına yerleştirebilirsiniz. Dinamik gaz ışıkları yandığında kemerlerinizi gösterilen şekilde bağlayın.
So we are ready to fly, to take off and fly to Miami. The flight was pretty long and it was boring, uneventful. Plane was nice, engines were humongous. This body of water is Black Sea. It is not Sea of Marmara, where Istanbul is located. This is actual Black Sea because Istanbul airport is on the other side, next to the Black Sea.
Morning heat puts a thin film of sweat on my face. A little man, his eyes half closed, puts chairs on tables, admires his work, and collects a quarter from the floor. I head over to Broadway.
Here we can see Miami Beach and Port of Miami.
Trying to impress the bar with fresh voice, when I ask for the bell. The sun blowing the moon away lights me up for one more day. The streets are making an only sun. The night was behind me. I ran and run.
Включаю, вот если я думаю, блядь, нет. Ну вот, поехали.
What's going on? So I landed March 4th, and today is March 16th 2025. Only now I got to make this video to finish up, to finalize, because I was busy. As you can see here, my microscope, my old microscope, I got situated almost. I still have to do the wiring. I got this thing working, this AOYO 2703 A plus. It's 220 volts. I made it work here. I got this thing, the power supply work. It's a 220 volt power supply. I made it work here, and I'm waiting for a couple of things, couple of upgrades from AliExpress. Let me show it to you. Basically, I'm getting a brand new power supply, same exact power supply as I have already, but the one that I have is 220 volts. it works here, but I'm getting a 110 volt power supply for better flexibility. And also I'm getting check this out, it's an upgrade. It's Action T420D soldering station with 2 handles, but with capability of 3 tips, and also Action H314 hot air. Again, that's an upgrade, more so because my old station worked just fine with T12 tips here in United States. Plus also I'm getting a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor from AliExpress, just so I can make videos. And guys, excuse me, also lights. Let me show you around. So here is my new setup. I need lights over there so that you can see me much better, not the way it is right now. I pretty much took all my stuff from Sochi. You don't see it because it's inside, over there. This thing is brand new. It was waiting for me here. Let me show you the view outside. The view, guys, is amazing. Amazing view. But the way it is right now, I'm ready to take orders. Basically, I repair notebooks, obviously, and as a hobby, I do radio stuff, ham related stuff. So if you need, because some people express desire for me to modify your radio, your quansheng, you can just send to me. I'm in Sunny Isles Beach. I'll give you information how to contact me at the end. Basically send it to me, contact me, and we'll take it from there. A little bit later, when I get everything set up, I'll order some radios and I'll modify them and I put them up on eBay, so you can purchase already pre-made, pre-modified radios. But stay tuned for contact information, guys. You've seen me do work, so you know how I do it. And if you want me to do the work for you, you can contact me. I do notebooks, I do general electronics, I do ham radios. At this moment I do not do cell phones and tablets. Facebook, obviously not gonna memorize this. I'm going to include the link in video description and in pinned comment. Email I'm not going to include, you have to memorize it. It is codernov@gmail.com. You can also find this email in my YouTube profile. If you click on it, you're gonna have an option to message me. WhatsApp number, guys, it's a Russian number, not +7. This is not my local number in Miami, obviously. I just kept my old WhatsApp number, so if you want to message me via WhatsApp, add this number and to your contacts and write me on WhatsApp. And the Telegram number, I'm also going to include the link in the pinned comment and in video description. Basically, my handle is C0D3RN0V, or Codernov written in hacker. Contact me, guys. We'll talk about the price and about the time and where you can ship it. I'm located in Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. Anyway, this is it for today's video. Rather long video, but it is what it is, guys, you know it. So hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell icon, and I'm going to see you next one. Peace, guys.